G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm filming two videos today because the La Pavone's in all the pieces while we wait for the parts, and then we can chuck that guy back together. But the vote online was that I service the Sanremo Cube. Realistically, what I'm about to show you guys applies to absolutely any E61 group head machine. So any of your rockets and all those things, this applies. So all we're doing today is a group head seal, which I've got an 8mm and an 8.5mm because I don't know which one we're going to need just yet, but I'll explain that shortly. And I did explain this in one of the earlier videos. We're also upgrading to the IMS nano quartz technology coated. I think I got that right. Anyway, that's an upgrade. Really cool finish. I'll tag the video at the end of this one so you know what I'm talking about. And then we're going to make a coffee. So this is another one of those videos where you don't need to look at my head. You might see it in the reflection a little bit, but it's more important you guys see what I'm doing in here. There are specific tools for this, but if you don't have them, grab yourself a good solid teaspoon. This is actually all you need to remove a group head shower. Pop that up inside there and it falls out. That is it. So what I was doing there was the spoon on that lip there. I hope you can see that. You can see that. That's all we were doing just then. So you can see I've made about 1,000 coffees on this machine, and I mean about 1,000 literally. This machine in Australia comes with an IMS already, but we're upgrading to this guy here, which has got a nice smooth coating on it. Apparently it makes better coffee. So we're going to chuck that guy in shortly. First thing we're going to do is just clean up inside. This machine isn't very old and I do look after it, so we don't need to pull that center plunge out. If you do, you need a big flathead screwdriver, potentially an impact. I will tag another video at the end of this one that will help you rebuild an E61 also. Now just grab yourself a cloth, bit of warm water on it, and just clean the surface there. I can't see it. You can probably see it better than I can right now. But I know my machine's quite well looked after, so it probably isn't going to be too bad. But it's a lot easier to clean it right now than any other time. So there's still a bit of junk in there. Give it a good clean. Once you've cleaned inside the group head, grab a seal and your shower screen. I'm just using the 8.5 because most of the time you need the 8.5. On an E61 they are directional. You can see the flat side and then a little taper. Now the easiest way to do this is put the shower screen in the direction that you would actually be having in the machine, and then the flat side down. So the curved side is actually at the top. Slide that guy on so that it meets, and then now that's ready to install. Now that your seal is ready to install, grab your portafilter. It doesn't matter which one you're using, but as long as it fits, and take the basket out. Pop that on the top of the portafilter and just slowly pop it up inside as if you were about to make a coffee, but making sure that it goes up nice and smooth, and then just locate that home. Then pop the basket back in. Go again. And 8.5, we are perfectly aligned parallel with the machine. If I'd have gone to the 8mm, that would have come another 10 to 15 degrees across. Would have not only looked horrible, but it's not sitting in the right position. So 8.5 is the winner. There's still a little bit of room there for a little bit of wear, but that's perfect. So as an annual service, that's all you need to do. Once every 2 to 3 years, I would recommend taking your machine to someone to rebuild the group head, drain the boiler, all those other things. It's a pretty serious job. If you're feeling confident enough to do that, I'll link a video at the end of this one to the ECM that I rebuilt the E61 on. There's a lot of parts involved, and you don't know if you're going to need them or not. So a lot of the time for those sort of jobs, it's easy. Just take it to a professional. They'll do it for you. You'll end up saving money. It almost applies to group head seals as well, because until you take it out, you don't actually know how thick you need it. And you may also need to change it if you get a different brand portafilter. So they can all be a little bit different. But please upgrade your shower screens when you pull them out. IMS are great. I prefer the IMS shower screens over the other ones that I've seen out there. For my taste preference, they just work. In this case, I've gone the IMS top of the range because why not? It really wasn't that much more. But it's an absolute no-brainer to upgrade it when you replace it. So I'm going to do something that I think is pretty cool. Do this with your machine and let me know if it does the same thing, because the nano quartz technology coating has hydrophobic properties, which means like waterproof clothing, water doesn't want to stick to it. So I'm just going to run some water through the shower screen and watch what it does. So like I said, do that with your machine. Let me know what it does. Make sure it's clean. You know, I want this to be a fair competition. I was going to swap them back over and do a comparison, but new versus old is probably not fair. So let me know how you go. I think that's interesting. I'm going to go make a coffee. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day and happy brewing. If you're watching this before the 31st of January 2023, you still have the chance to win the Rhino Wares hand grinder. You need to scooch over to the ECM grinder service. You'll see in the title, the thumbnail, you can win a grinder. Jump over there, follow the instructions, win yourself a grinder anywhere in the world.